Hey everyone, Steve Marnelli here from KubeCon Paris on day 3, and with me today is Cassandra Chin. How's it going, Cassandra?
It's been going well. It's a very busy KubeCon with lots of traffic going on.
Yeah, there's been a steady stream of noise since I walked in here. Why don't you tell the people listening a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Cassandra Chin, and I'm actually a college student. I'm getting a computer science degree, and I can be here today because I'm doing a virtual program. So I can do my studies online and attend conferences like KubeCon.
That's awesome. So with me right now, I'm not just holding this book for no reason because it has my notes. You wrote this book, and I'll hold it up right here. It's Fippy's AI Friend. Why don't you tell some folks what is the story about?
So the story is about Fippy, a giraffe, but he's mainly just there because people know about Fippy. The real star of the book is Kimani. They're a non-binary computer, and they face some struggles during the book trying to find themselves because they're newly created, and they're not quite the same as the rest of Fippy's friends because Kimani is kind of robotic, so they have a different skill set.
And it's not just a storybook, right? There's actually a workshop in there too.
It's also a workshop. The book takes place in real locations in Paris. Like right now we're at KubeCon Paris, so this scene is in Montmartre, and you can actually visit the real location, and there's an actual artist square.
Nice. And you also, I think the Champs-Élysées are mentioned in there, and the Louvre is also mentioned in there.
All the famous spots are there.
Now, do they go to the Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower is mainly for the cover because it's poppy, it's Paris, but it's not like we need to learn more about the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
I think it's more important to highlight other locations.
Awesome. Can I flip to the workshop part?
Yeah.
Because that was super interesting to me because the workshop, you're basically building a visual recognition, a model for visual recognition, right?
Yeah.
So
it's all in Scratch.
yeah, I'll flip it up right here. These are the instructions for Scratch.
This gives a high-level overview of what the workshop is supposed to
go
be.
ahead.
So you open the Scratch model, and the creepers are the bad guys, so Kimani needs to scan them with their superpower. And Kimani needs to scan friends because they're boarding a boat, and we want to make sure the friends are invited to the boat and they're all there. And
then the training data is on the next page, right?
yeah. So in Scratch, we created a special instance of Scratch with an AI/ML extension. So with the Scratch extension, there's a video where you need your webcam.
Awesome.
So if you want to train Fippy, you hold up Fippy to the webcam, and you take about 20 pictures of Fippy. You move the book a tiny bit to get a variance in training data.
Yep.
And all those photos go into a neural network. So after you programmed your neural network, when you hold up the book to the game, it'll recognize Fippy, and Fippy will board the boat in the little game.
Oh, that's awesome. And so you're doing a workshop, I guess, tomorrow, right?
Yeah, for CNCF Kids Day.
Nice. And so you've been doing workshops since you were how old?
I was 13.
That's amazing. I guess you must really enjoy running these workshops then.
I think it's a lot of fun, and I travel to a lot of international conferences as well. So I've been to JFocus, JCreate, DevOps Morocco, a whole bunch of international locations. So I've also taught kids who are local to different places who don't speak very good English.
You know, DevOps Morocco is always one of the ones that I wanted to go to, and I'm so jealous that you got to go there. That's awesome. What was your favorite workshop about? Or is it this one now?
Usually I teach a Raspberry Pi workshop.
Okay.
So you know Raspberry Pis are those small embedded devices? Yeah. So I have the kids do a little bit of programming in Nano. And they do some breadboard wiring.
Nice.
It's really hands-on, and it's good for an in-person experience.
Awesome.
But for this book, I wanted to make it accessible to everyone. Not everyone can afford the hardware required to do the Raspberry Pi.
It's very thoughtful of you to make it more accessible. I was going to say, you are doing a keynote soon. You've been doing the media circuit also. How impressive is that? You were keynoting this conference, last conference?
No, DevNexus will be my first keynote. I'll get
Awesome.
to highlight the book and talk about a lot of my kids' workshop experiences.
Awesome. And we were also talking beforehand, you were saying that you also work with, I guess, the AI ML working group on the CNCF, right?
Yeah, so I've been involved with them the past couple months. We've been working on the AI white paper,
Okay.
and the goal of the white paper is to connect AI to cloud native. Because right now, AI developers and cloud native developers, they don't really talk. So we want to create a common paper they can read so they can understand a little bit about what each other do,
That's
and they
awesome.
can try to connect.
Yeah. And so, did you find that a lot of the AI developers are still like the data scientists who maybe are just writing things in Python but aren't really familiar with the application level or the infrastructure?
I think before it was about the data scientists, but now with all this hype, companies which aren't even related to AI are saying, let's adopt it. And maybe their developers are not ready for it. So we need to work on creating more educational content out there for developers to adopt AI in a good way, where they actually integrate it, not just say they're doing it.
Yeah, it's very important to look beyond the hype and actually, what are we actually going to be doing with this? Okay, we got GPUs. What are we going to be doing with it? Okay, we should probably figure that out before we buy them.
That's one of the reasons I wrote this book, because I use AI image recognition.
Mhm.
It's like, when you open your phone, you stare at it, and it unlocks with your face?
Yeah.
It's magical. How does that work? No one knows.
Yeah.
This is a similar technology, but I have the kids build that model from scratch on their own.
That's awesome. All right, Cassandra, is there anything else that you wanted to tell the folks, the viewers? Where can they find the book?
You can find it on Amazon. And there's
Awesome.
also a French version of the book if you have kids who are better at speaking French.
And it's also available at
It's a kid's book, but some people told me they actually share it with their colleagues, because not everyone is technical, and it's a really good foundation.
All right, last one. Who's your favorite character in the book? Or
For
from the
me,
training data?
of course, it's Kimani, because we designed Kimani specifically for the book, and we have Kimani show a lot of emotion.
That's awesome. All right, well, Cassandra, thank you so much for sitting down with me. It was a pleasure chatting with you and getting to know you. Thanks.
Thank you.